Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am 37 weeks pregnant and I'm finally getting around to packing my hospital bag for a hopefully natural, unmedicated birth at the hospital. So I'm going to start off by saying this is my second pregnancy, and despite my efforts with my first pregnancy trying to pack my hospital bag as minimally as possible, I completely overpacked. But I'm also not gonna be claiming that this is going to be a minimal hospital bag because I don't think it is. My focus has really shifted a lot from my first pregnancy because this time around I am a lot more focused on having a successful, natural, unmedicated birth. I've prepared a lot more, both physically and mentally, by reading books and educating myself. And unlike a lot of the testimonials I read and the birth stories I read, I'm not going to be giving birth at home or with a doula even, or at a birthing center. I am giving birth at a hospital, which I feel like can bring about a set of potential challenges if you are trying to have an unmedicated labor. So all of that to say, I am packing my hospital bag this time around with a focus on including items that can help facilitate a successful, natural, unmedicated birth within a hospital setting. Will these items really help with that? You know, I don't know. I'd rather be safe than sorry and just have them with me in case I want to use them. And if I don't, that's totally fine. But it will be interesting after I give birth to maybe do another video like what I actually used in my hospital bag. Did it really help me have a natural birth? Did I even end up having a natural birth? Because I don't know, that leads me to my other point, which is I think it is extremely important to be balanced and open-minded when you're going into labor, that anything could happen. So if things switch up, try to be as flexible as possible if things aren't going according to your birth plan. I make all these plans and I pack all these specific things, but you know what? At the end of the day, God is in control and He knows exactly what this baby girl's birth story is going to be, and I am fine with that. Okay, so before I get started with my list, I want to say that this portion of the video is sponsored by my beloved Haka, and I am so excited to be working with Haka again. Hands down, it is like the #1 product I would recommend for anyone who is pregnant and trying to breastfeed. So I used their standard Haka all throughout my first pregnancy, loved it, but they actually just sent me their Ladybug silicone breast milk collectors to try out this time around. And I'm so excited about this. Obviously, I'm not gonna be packing these in my hospital bag because your milk doesn't even come in for a few days, but I guarantee you I will be using this daily once I get home and my milk actually comes in. The shape of these is completely different than the other one I've used. And the point of this is really to replace your breast pad, right? When your breast pad is collecting leaking milk, it's completely going to waste. We all know breast milk is gold. You don't want it to go to waste. So these are designed to just right on there. You can wear one on one side while you're breastfeeding on the other, so it collects the letdown. You can pop them both on and just literally collect milk, which I know I'm gonna do first thing in the morning when I'm in gorge. I'm just gonna pop them on. I don't love the electric pump. I don't know if I'll be using one or not this time around, but the first time I really didn't want to. And so these kind of made it possible for me to not have to. These are actually made from one full piece of 100% food grade silicone, which makes for super easy care because you can just wash them with soapy water and then boil them in hot water to completely sterilize. It's available in 2 sizes, 75 milliliters and 150 milliliters. They have really cute little small feet, so you can actually stand them up directly on a table, on a surface, and they can actually sit in your bra. As long as you have loose clothing on, it's pretty discreet. And this is a nice option because obviously the shape of the other one I had didn't have that option at all. I do have a discount code for you guys if you're interested in trying these out. It's LoveNicole10 for 10% off. You can click the link in my description. It's good until December 31st of this year. I'll definitely be talking about these more following up in my pregnancy as I'm using them and letting you know how it's going. Okay, moving on to my list. So just to let you know, a lot of the information I've learned in terms of natural birth was mainly from Ina May's Guide to Childbirth, which is the book that really helped kind of form my thought process around a natural unmedicated birth. So if you have any questions, I can put that in the link below, as well as some other resources that have helped me kind of learn more along the way. I'm gonna start off with kind of my top 15 items that are more so specific to the whole natural unmedicated birth thing. They contribute primarily to setting up your atmosphere. And I think that what's important to think about with a hospital setting is that hospital rooms can be very sterile, very cold, bright lights, just not the most cozy, calm, warm environment, which is what I think would be really helpful for me if I'm trying to be as relaxed and calm as possible through a natural birth. I really am a believer that your environment affects your physical, mental, and emotional state. I will be trying to labor in the comfort of my own home as long as possible before I have to head to the hospital. But you know, if I get there and I am still in labor for hours and hours and hours, I am so open to setting up the room to make it feel comfortable and homey for me. And so if I get to setting up some of these things, great. If I don't, that's perfectly fine. I'm just glad that I'll have them with me. Okay, first thing is a birth plan, which is so funny because my first pregnancy, I didn't even have a birth plan. I didn't have midwives that time. This time I do. This time around, I do have my birth plan printed out, which is nice to be able to hand it off to any midwives there, any nurses. You could pin it up on your door, on the wall, just to kind of minimize them asking you 1,000 questions about what your desire is for this day. You don't really want someone asking you 20 times if you want a epidural if it's very clear in your birth plan that you don't want one, and if you do, you will tell them. That was something I experienced with my first pregnancy. It was like each nurse that came in through the door kept asking me if I want an epidural, and I was like, do you guys talk to each other? I just told the other nurse that I don't want one, and yet someone new was walking in asking me. So that was all getting very annoying, which gave me anxiety and stress, and that's like the last thing you want when you're in labor, right? So number 2, this one's kind of funny. I just posted it on Instagram and people are literally in my DMs laughing at me like, what? Why? I don't get it. Strung lights. Okay, this is definitely not necessary, but hear me out on this. So if your hospital, which if you do like a hospital tour, you should ask them if you can dim the lights, just because I hated the overhead bright lights that were in there. I'm gonna go ahead and just dim those lights in the hospital room. Granted, if I have time to do this, or I'll make Richie do it. String some lights, I don't know, around the bed maybe, or I might be laboring in a tub. So like I've seen lights strung around a tub and it just looks so calming. You're sitting in the water. Like, I really feel like this can be something that would help me stay relaxed. And this is just like a battery operated set. And so I figured I'd throw this in my bag, bring it along. We will see. You guys will find out if this even gets used or not. Number 3 is a food item, I guess you could say. Well, a drink item. So it's organic raspberry leaf tea. Depending on your hospital's policies or not, you may be able to drink things other than ice chips or like snack on things. It really depends on your hospital. I know my midwives are okay with it. So raspberry leaf tea specifically is meant to kind of ease the cramps and pain, but there is a little concoction. You can mix this with like coconut water and some honey, and it's really good throughout labor to kind of sip on it for vital electrolytes so that you don't have to have a liquid IV. So that's just something to think about. And then also it's nice to have these teas for after you give birth as well, to kind of ease the cramps you get as your uterus is shrinking. You kind of still get some contractions. So that is on my list, as well as gum. Bet you didn't see this coming. Okay, it's really gum or mints. If I'm laboring for a long time and I've got like Richie in my face, you know, talking to me, soothing me, or my midwife or whoever, or myself, maybe my breath stinks. I don't know, people's breaths might smell. So it's nice to have a few mints or gum to just pop in. You know, like he might be there for hours without eating. And I'm not saying Richie has like stank breath or anything like that, but we all get stank breath after a while when we don't eat for a while. So I love this because that would totally distract me. Like I'm just trying to minimize distractions of things that are just gonna like ick me and just make me annoyed and irritated. I just want to be at peace. And so I'm like, you know what, this is great. Number 5 is a portable speaker. This is like always on people's list, obviously. Any music you want to be playing or anything you want to be hearing, It's better to just bring a portable speaker. It's pretty self-explanatory. This is the one that we use. It's just a nice, small, compact one. That kind of leads me to number 6. This is a funny one, and I don't even know if I'm gonna be doing this or not, but some people were even saying on my Instagram that they were just watching like a funny show on Netflix while they were laboring for most of their labor because it distracted them from the pain. And also I did read in my Ina May book that laughter during pregnancy is actually really good for you and helps like move the baby down more and to position so that you can move along in your pregnancy. And so laughter can be a very good thing. So I was like, how funny would it be if I just like downloaded some episodes of The Office on my phone and was just like chilling with Richie watching The Office while I was in labor? I don't know. I thought it could be a really good idea. Maybe try it out, or if you guys have done it, please leave a comment below and let me know. Number 7, going off of this whole idea of like speaker or whatever, is AirPods or like headphones. Maybe I won't want the speaker. Maybe I will just want to pop in my AirPods and want everyone to shut up and get out of my ears. Like, I'm not really sure because I'm going to be experiencing the contractions a lot more intense than last time. So I do want to bring my AirPods just in case I prefer to actually be more like inwardly focused and just eliminate everyone around me. Number 8 is some sort of affirmations or mantra or hypnobirthing, whatever kind of works for you. I know some people will print up like affirmation cards and post them up on the wall so you could read them to encourage you throughout your labor. I actually have an app called Christian Hypnobirthing, and it's spiritual empowerment for pregnancy and birth. Basically these recordings of this woman's voice, so calming, so relaxing, and she reads out Bible verses and she reads out affirmations. And so all I need is my app. That's really what I'm gonna be using, and it's either gonna be in my ears, on my AirPods, or on that speaker. Number 9 is liquid IV. I love these things. They are basically a hydration multiplier. I'm only gonna bring like 2 or 3 of them, but they are incredibly hydrating, non-GMO, and an electrolyte drink mix. I have a few different flavors here, but essentially you just pour the powder in your water. 1 cup is equivalent to 3 cups of water. And I imagine that this would taste so good while I'm sweating and hot in labor. I know that my midwives actually suggested honey sticks, and it's basically just a stick of honey. I probably don't need this many. I think I'm only gonna bring a couple of them, but it's a nice, quick, easy way to just get some sugar intake, kind of increase your energy levels as you're starting to maybe tire out throughout your labor. Number 11 is something you might be surprised to find out about. I didn't know about this till after the fact, but you don't actually have to labor in the hospital gown that they always try to give you when you go in. I personally don't like wearing those. And so this time around, I just really wanted my own loungewear to be comfortable in labor in. You can bring your own gown, or you know, whatever you feel most comfortable in. I just have a pajama set that's actually my maternity pajama set. It even has like the side pockets for easy breastfeeding access, so I'm going to be using this after as well. But it's just literally a set I bought off of Amazon of shorts and a shirt. And then I'm also going to be bringing a sports bra, because if I am going to be laboring at all in the tub, I might be in and out and just want to have this on. So that's kind of just my labor outfit. Number 12 is a diffuser. I wish it wasn't this big, but at the same time, it's kind of nice because I can diffuse oils a lot longer in here since it is so big. And I'm still sort of debating on if I'm gonna take this. I'm definitely going to take oils with me. I just have a few oils that I wanna take that I can just like rub on my wrist or whatever. But if I end up taking this, I'll be able to actually diffuse oils in the room. Check with your hospital too, like with the strung lights and this, because I know that not every hospital allows you to come in and like plug this stuff in and do that. A few good ones to kind of relax you is lavender, jasmine, peppermint. So I do have my lavender oil, and then I have a lemon one that I like to put on my wrist and like the back of my neck. Number 13 is a really fun one that someone on Instagram recommended to me. So they said that as they were laboring in the tub, their husband would just like spritz their face with rose water basically. And I ran to Target and I was like trying to find some, and the only thing I can find was Thayer's facial mist, aloe vera formula, rose petals. So it smells amazing. And I thought that sounds really refreshing if I was just sitting there laboring in the tub and Richie's just spraying me. I don't know. Will I end up using it? Who knows? But it's going in my bag. It's going to end up getting used regardless at some point. Number 14 is actually a comb. If anybody follows Sarah Therese, she recently talked about this after she had a home birth, and she talked about how this is actually a thing like during natural birth. Distracting yourself by basically going like this to a comb and putting like pressure on your palm and holding it in a certain way. So it kind of takes away the pain from the contraction. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this comb with me. We're gonna see if it works. I don't know. And 15 is always on everyone's list. Basically socks or slippers, whatever is most comfortable to you, whatever's gonna make you feel good. I am bringing socks, making sure they're a dark color. If they get super grimy, I'll throw them out. But regardless, I thought socks were really cozy. One of my first body parts that get cold is always my feet and my nose. And I didn't want that to be annoying or distract me while I'm laboring. So I was like, I want some nice cozy socks. All right, moving on to the next few items. They're gonna be baby specific items for baby girl. And it's not a ton, but the first is actually a sound machine. This time around, I actually got this little portable sound machine from Amazon. We started using white noise during Jace's sleep time right when he was born, but we were putting it on our phones, and I just don't want to put my phone next to the baby and then have to worry about like whatever, my phone going off. I'd rather just like bring the little portable one with us because it's small anyway. So that's what I'm bringing this time. Number 17 is some pacifiers. So I know the hospital does give out pacifiers sometimes. Usually it's those like blue greenish Advent ones. Jace didn't really like them. They were way too big for his mouth and they didn't curve around. So I prefer the pacifiers that curve around the mouth. So I picked up these ma'am ones from Target. Whether or not she'll take a pacifier, I don't know, but we do like to bring it. We did it with Jace. He eventually weaned off of it after like a few months, honestly. So I am gonna be bringing that, as well as just 2 baby outfits, nothing crazy. One is just a very simple white long sleeve. I feel like the baby's in the swaddle almost the whole time anyway, or you're just doing skin to skin. But I did bring an actually like cute 3-piece set one because I will probably be doing some sort of hospital photo. Comes with little pants, also the little hat. So kind of one simple outfit, one that's a little bit more photo ready, as well as our baby name sign for the photo, for the name reveal. I can't show this to you guys. I guess I could show it and block off the name, but I got this off of Etsy, so I'll just include the Etsy link below. They make these really cute, just round, and you can have different designs. So we put some flowers on there and her name's on there. And so that's all gonna go in our bag, as well as a swaddle. We're just gonna bring one swaddle for the baby from Amazon, but it's mushy and I really like it. Okay, moving right along to mama specific items. All of these things are like typically on people's hospital bags list, so it's not anything like mind blowing. But so I am bringing a super loose, comfortable outfit for postpartum, like just after I give birth. These pants are humongo. They're basically pajama pants. The waistband is very stretchy. It will come up nice and high because it will be over my belly, because I will still have a belly. But these are like the most comfy pants that I have. And also have just a black shirt with it. It is actually a breastfeeding friendly shirt. Nursing bra. This is a super comfortable one, I think from Amazon. I'll try to find a link for it below. And basic toiletries, guys. Just basic stuff everyone else would bring, right? Makeup remover, wipes, travel size, shampoo, conditioner, and body wash for showering off after. I'm gonna be bringing deodorant. I just have like a tiny little travel size native one that I found. You don't wanna forget a hair tie, chapstick, because your lips are gonna get chapped while you are just laboring away. Organic nipple balm. From the Lance Sanal brand. This is the one I got this time around. And then Earth Mama Herbal Perennial Spray. I used this last time as well. It is for down there as you're healing. That's all kind of stuff for me. And I didn't mention too that I am packing granola bars for myself and for Richie if I do want to snack. I don't know if I will, whatever. They're just protein bars. Also, I'm bringing my robe. This is my favorite robe, my waffle robe. There are a few things I'm gonna have to pack the morning of. So whatever makeup I wanna bring with me, which isn't gonna be a ton, but I'll just bring my little makeup bag. Toothbrush and toothpaste, obviously. A long phone charger. Gotta make sure it's the long kind because the outlet is always like 20 feet away from the hospital bed. And my cameras and chargers for filming. That's just something I personally have to bring, obviously. That's my full list. I think that's 34 items in total. You might be wondering about some additional things that I am not bringing with me. The hospital has them, so I just don't feel like I need to pack them in my bag because then I'm really gonna get into overpacking. It's things like the adult diapers or like diapers? No, underwear. Why do I keep saying diapers? They will have those huge jumbo pads I need. They will have a spritz bottle I need, baby diapers, baby wipes, even like a water bottle. I know sometimes people are like, bring a water bottle with a straw, but like the hospital always gives you those huge styrofoam cups just like filled with ice and water. Okay, that concludes my list. I hope this was helpful to you in one way or another. I am 3 weeks out, so I will be hopefully posting a few more videos before baby girl arrives. But you can follow me on Instagram at NICOLEG to stay as up to date as possible with what's going on because I'm always posting on there first. I love you guys very much. Appreciate you guys for being supportive, for following along our journey, and I will see you in the next video.